Welcome to the ancient city of Gdansk, once formerly known as Danzig, of course. I am in the old town. Look at that church, beautiful. One of the most spectacular old towns I have ever been in, easily. I'm just about to take the Westerplatz ferry to go and see exactly where World War II officially kicked off, and I'll be giving you a little bit of the history that surrounded it. Formerly part of Prussia, at the end of the First World War, sorry, the League of Nations gave this land to the Polish so they could have access to the sea in the Treaty of Versailles, and that annoyed a certain man with a little moustache, shall we say. He called it the biggest monstrosity of the Treaty of Versailles. So let's go and check it out. And this is the Westerplatz Express. It's 45 zloty, which is just under £10 for return. You can take the pirate ship if you want. Full guided tour. But I've decided just to take the normal boat and do my own history. I think it's more of a pirate sort of history, which I'm looking for more World War II and World War I history. Anyway, I'll see you on the boat. Okay, welcome to the Westerplatz Express. Unfortunately, the tour is all in Polish and in German, so I have to give you my own guided tour. I don't know a great deal about the Westerplatz, but what I do know is after the First World War with the Treaty of Versailles, and one of them conditions was put on this area was to give Poland access to the sea. The city of Gdansk, which I'm in at the moment, was then called Danzig, and it was called the Free City of Danzig. A strange place, not quite German anymore, but not really Polish. A strange situation. I don't really understand it myself. But the Poles were given a barracks, and that's up here, and they were only supposed to keep 88 soldiers on it, but they had something like 6 officers and more like 188 soldiers. These facts are not 100% accurate, by the way. I'll know more when I get there. I'm pretty sure the battleship was on a courtesy tour to Danzig, the Schleswig-Holstein, I think it was called, and without warning opened fire on the barracks that we're going to see at the moment. It was a hell of a fight, and the Germans sustained massive casualties, which we just better go and check out. This is all on the same day that the Luftwaffe and the Panzers started bombing Warsaw and invading Poland in general. Eventually they brought the Stuka dive bombers in here and they obliterated the place, but not without a fight, not without a massive fight. So I will return when I get to the Westerplatz a massive monument. There's a miniature one actually around the corner from where I'm staying. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it's quite a chilly day today. Weather can't really make its mind up. There's the pirate ship. Yeah, there's a couple on here and one girl on her own, so it's not exactly that popular, but I'm not surprised. It's early in the morning and it's pretty chilly today. Okay, I'll see you at the Westerplatte. So we finally made it to the Westerplatte. Okay, so we're actually at the coast here, at the beach, and I'm pretty sure that this was the garrison. So let's go and have a look, shall we? Walking in the wrong direction. Yeah, that be careful when you take the buses out of Gdansk, the boats out of Gdansk. Make sure it's an English speaking tour, because it was very difficult to understand. Some old pictures there, and someone's cracked all the glass. Great, that needs replacing. It's unreadable. That's a diagram of the garrison itself. Let's go and investigate. It's quite strange to be where World War II started. Okay, so it says here, the target was easy to see and we did not need to use the sights. At first the Germans were stunned. They hadn't expected such a reception. Then they lost their self-control, their nerves snapped. We could hear from them calling, Mein Gotti, Wasser, Haifi. The dead and wounded lay by the railroad tracks. The others, after this failed attack, were seeking cover, and then they began to shoot at us more accurately. As they fired, hit a wasp's nest, and that was all we needed. Not only enemy fire, but wasps. But the wasps were much more precise than the enemy. Not sure about their Stukas, if they could say the same. Polish soldier here. Ammunition warehouses. The military transit depot on Westerplatte was established to protect the deliveries of military supplies to Poland coming via Gdansk harbour. A new basin called the munitions basin was built for the depot, and rail tracks were laid down leading to 6 harbour cranes, and 3 warehouses stood on the banks of the basin, a high earth embankment, most of which survives, shielded by the basin from the side of the new port. There's loads of it. You don't want to hear me rattling on. I don't actually think there is a great deal here, but it's the history, it's the sheer fact that this is when World War II started. Oh, and it looks like we've got some sort of watchtower ahead. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go up there as well. I'll wait for the young lady to have a look first. Wow, look at this. Yeah, it's just full of rubbish down there. Shame it's not preserved better. Someone doing a bit of filming over there. I didn't think you were allowed in. Let's have a go anyway, shall we? Big steel iron doors. Whew. Oh, my foot almost went straight through that. Interesting structure. It would have been lethal trying to get near it. You see similar bunkers like this actually on the Siegfried line in Western Germany. I know this is a Polish bunker, but still similar. Last man standing holes. Okay, the observation tower we can see from here was an element of the 25th battery in Gdansk Stodgy, which was armed with 430mm guns. The battery was completed in 1955, but rapid developments in rocket artillery and aviation meant that it was already outdated. The size of its crew was 3, therefore limited in peacetime, and in the early 1970s only a skeleton crew remained to maintain the cannons and other equipment. In 1977 it was finally deactivated. Should we go and have a look, shall we? Let's go up. You go. This is tight. Whew. There's a bit of Polish graffiti. Christ. Oh, my heavy breathing again. I'm sorry about that, guys. Got to give the cigarettes up. Wow. What a view. Imagine that with your gun. They would have certainly given the Germans hell from here. I wouldn't have fancied being up here though when the Stukas came in. Whoa, that is a long way down. Anyway, time to make my way back down. Oh dear. Yeah. Normal sized people it's alright, but I'm a big guy. There we go. Not particularly safe, but it has been decommissioned since 1977. Later on I'll be going to the World War II Museum, which is right around the corner from where I'm staying, and it gives you a different view of World War II. It gives you what the Polish went through in World War II. I read a lot of remarks online about it, which I think surprised a lot of people, but it doesn't surprise me. The Polish are a very patriotic nation. It doesn't surprise me that they want to tell people what they went through during these grim days. Tough years. Of course, they had communism right afterwards. That's something you can check out on my channel as well. Next week I'll be in Warsaw and I'm doing a communist tour of the city. So looking forward to that. Okay, what's next? This would be absolutely beautiful down there on a nice day. A little bit overcast today, forecast rain, but they said rain yesterday and we only got a couple of little showers. Nothing like the rain in England at the moment. Ammunition warehouse. Well, former ammunition warehouse, shall we say. There's another one.
Hej! Mam tutaj pana z Anglii. Ale no może chcesz spytać reportera, no bo zdjęcia, no.
I told the gentleman I had a YouTube channel. He's very interested in me. I said I've got 2. He's calling people over, thinking, oh my god. Yeah, some pictures and writing. What we got here? Westerplatz was transformed into a year-round spa where Is this transformed after the war? Is this what the Germans did to it? I can't quite work it out. There's lots of it. I won't bore you with my reading, you can read yourself. Late 17th century maps. Okay. Oof. Yeah, I think the Germans did turn it into a spa. No, that's Polish officers. A spa, a bastion, a symbol. The Polish turned it into a spa. Wow, look at that. Gdansk under siege. (1734). The Russian army laid siege to Gdansk. The history of this place is absolutely amazing. The French, Napoleon, great pictures. Oh, we've got another tour coming. Right. Oh, it looks like we've got some bunkers down here. Let's go and have a look at these. These signposts, they're okay if you're here in person, but to read all of that, I'll be here all day. And I have to get back, to get the ferry back. It is 2018, yeah? could be in 1940 or 39, is it? Wow. Now this is going to be an interesting read. Look at this one. Pictures. And here it is. (1911). Whenever I see reinforced concrete, I do think of German. The four outposts occupied the concrete shelter constructed in 1911 during the German artillery shelling of September 1939. It provided excellent cover. I'm sure it did. Thick concrete. Ugh. Sorry I don't know more of the history of this place. I'm normally pretty good with places I'm going, but this is the one place that I'm not exactly an expert on, as you can hear. But it's all about learning. That's what history's about. Trying to stay ahead of these tourists. Oh, wow. To the Westerplatte monument. Ammunition warehouse. There seems to be some sort of reenactment today. I've seen 2 soldiers. Okay, we have there, sir. I think we have some graves. Untangling my web of headphone lid. That would have been quite fun. Getting a little train. For the children.
Betonowe krzyży. Na środku jest, po co już my byli, tak, dowódca. Tak, patrzcie, Westerplatte. Jeden z nas, 46 roki. Zobaczcie. Chyba na stykach. Na polu.
These are all people that perished on the Westerplatte. Okay. What do we have here? Gas masks. That would be a job putting that on, wouldn't it? You're alright, mate, I was just looking. So at the top here we have the actual, I think this is the actual garrison itself. Okay, I'm going to fast forward to when I get there for you. The report I read, if you go online, it says the Polish army they stationed here, they hardly had any guns. They hardly had any weaponry at all. So to think they held out for as long as they did is a miracle, actually. It really is, up against the German army with all their power and might. So yeah, it just says quite a lot about the Polish soldier, that they're tough. Anyway, almost there. It's quite busy ahead. And I do apologise if you're an expert on the Westerplatz and you say that's wrong, this is wrong, that's wrong. Apologies, I'm not an expert. Okie doke, so another Polish soldier over there. Let's go and have a look. Let's read first. Unbelievable, this building's still standing really. It has taken a hammering. I'd say Stuka dive bombers for sure. It's quite noisy in here, but here we go. Actually, it seems to be an exact state it was probably left in 1939. Wow, look at that. It's rather busy down there. Maybe I can go and have a look down there when it's less busy. I'm not going down there at the moment. Look at that. Look at the sheer destruction. You know, this was the state of Europe come 1945. Okay, onwards and upwards. And there it is, there's the big Westerplatz monument. Okay, that was the new barracks. That's what that was called. Get a little sense of the destruction. Take a step back. Absolutely crushed. Going this way. I probably could get up on in there, but it does seem a little bit dangerous, isn't it? Let's have a look, shall we? Wow, look at that underneath there. Just adjust this. Wow. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Well, might not be able to walk down there because it's so busy, but I can take a sneak peek. There we go. Oh, and I'm up. Let's get there. There you can really have a look. All the steel rods completely bent in two. Incredible. Okay. Oh. So the good thing about Poland is they preserve their World War II history. Not like Germany, I'm afraid. The Germans are absolutely ashamed of their past. The Poles aren't. The Poles celebrate it. They show the tourists, they show the people, this is what happened here. Like the Führer bunker, for instance. That should be preserved for people to go and have a look. It's a tragedy for history. You know, they could propagandize it all they want. This is a warning from history. This is what's going to happen if you let fascists into power, etc, etc, etc. I think by deleting it and obliterating it from the face of Earth like it never existed is way more dangerous than showing tourists this is what happened, this is where Hitler's bunker was, etc. Anyway, it's enough of my political views on it. So I have got quite a few strong views on the way certain governments treat their history. Okay, so this is the giant Westerplatz monument. I don't know when it was built. I suppose I'll just find that out now. I know what that sign says before I even see it. It says no more war. Genius, isn't it? It sure does. No more war. Okay, that's this thing. You actually see it like on a postcard or something. It looks relatively small, but it's not. It's enormous. It's starting to rain. I've been quite lucky so far with it. This afternoon I'm going in the World War II museum, like I said before. I only found this out yesterday. It's free entry on a Tuesday. Got lucky there. Also be in Warsaw on Sunday and I'm going to the Uprising Museum, and it's free on Sunday as well. Okay. distance. Some sort of Mayan monument. That's how I always envisioned it. It is different. It's really high up. Well, you get a great view from up here, that's for sure. Shame about the European Union flags, not quite sure why they're there. I know Poland's part of the EU, but still, don't know why you have to celebrate their flag. Yes, I voted for Brexit. Absolutely enormous. The view. Wow, this is it. This has been the tour of the Westerplatte. I hope you've enjoyed it. By no means perfect. It's been by no means perfect. The information that I've actually given you myself is as accurate as I can get it with just a quick read up on the place. This is where World War II started. Boom, in this area. This is where the Germans fired the first shot in anger, which went on to kill millions and millions and millions of people. I don't actually know how many died in World War II. If you watch documentaries 30 years ago, they tell you that 40 million died. Then about 10, 15 years ago, they said 50 million died. Now it's 70. What's correct? I don't know. All I know is that a lot of people died unnecessarily. And we do not want to see another world war. Okay, so from the Westerplatte, this has been the History Man channel. Please like, subscribe if you've enjoyed today. And there's plenty more to come. Tune in for my next adventure, which is the Wolf Slayer. Catch you later.